Hello there. Today I'll be going through 24 questions from Chapter 3 covering the long and illustrious history of the UK. I'll read each question, give you a moment to think about the answer, and then reveal the correct response.
In 1948 in Urin, Nye, Bevan led the establishment of the National Health Service, NHS. What was his role at the time? Home Secretary, Minister for Social Security, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister for Health.
Correct answer, Minister for Health.
Which Catherine was executed after being accused of taking lovers by Henry VIII? Boleyn, Parr, Howard of Aragon.
Correct answer, Howard.
Who or what were the clans? English lords, Welsh landowners, prominent families in England and Wales, prominent families in Scotland and Ireland.
Correct answer, prominent families in Scotland and Ireland.
Who were Elizabeth I's parents? Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Henry VIII and Jane Seymour.
Correct answer, Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn.
Is the statement below true or false? Under the system of feudalism, the kings gave land to lords, and the landowners had to send men to serve in the army in return. True. False.
Correct answer, true.
In 1649, England was declared a republic. What was it called? European wealth. Great Britain. The People's Republic. The Commonwealth.
Correct answer, the Commonwealth.
The Wars of the Roses was fought by the supporters of which two families in order to decide who should be King of England? The House of Lancaster. The House of Windsor. The House of York. The House of Tudor.
Correct answers, the House of York and the House of Lancaster.
What was the main source of employment in the UK before the Industrial Revolution? The wool trade. Canal building. Agriculture. Financial services.
Correct answer, agriculture.
During the 1960s, Parliament passed new laws that made it illegal for employers to discriminate against women because of their gender and gave them which right? Equal pay. 2 years maternity leave. Free lunches. Childcare at work.
Correct answer, equal pay.
Which two of the following were members of the Royal Society? Samuel Pepys, Sir Edmund Halley, Sir Christopher Wren, Sir Isaac Newton.
Correct answers, Sir Isaac Newton and Sir Edmund Halley.
Is the statement below true or false? The Puritans agreed with the religious reforms of the Church of England introduced by Charles I. False. True.
Correct answer, false.
Britain was brought into conflict with which country during the 19th century, because they were expanding and trading in similar areas? France, Germany, Spain, the Netherlands.
Correct answer, France.
Which of these statements is correct? The jet engine and radar were developed in Britain in the 1950s. The jet engine and radar were developed in Britain in the 1930s.
Correct answer, the jet engine and radar were developed in Britain in the 1930s.
Is the statement below true or false? Commercial expansion and prosperity of the 19th century were sustained in part by the booming slave trade. True. False.
Correct answer, true.
Which famous leader said the following: "We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the street, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender"? Oliver Cromwell, Admiral Nelson, Winston Churchill, Clement Attlee.
Correct answer, Winston Churchill.
Is the statement below true or false? By around AD 600, Anglo-Saxon kingdoms were established in Britain. False. True.
Correct answer, true.
Which of these statements is correct? The divine right of kings was the view held by many English monarchs that they could seize lands belonging to the nobility as they wished. The divine rights of kings was the view held by many English monarchs that they were directly appointed by God to rule.
Correct answer, the divine rights of kings was the view held by many English monarchs that they were directly appointed by God to rule.
Is the statement below true or false? Sir Robert Walpole was Prime Minister from 1700–1730. False. True.
Correct answer, false.
Is the statement below true or false? Richard Arkwright developed horse-driven spinning mills that used only one machine, increasing efficiency and production. False. True.
Correct answer, true.
Who was James II's eldest daughter, Mary, married to? William of Orange, the French Dauphin, the Duke of York. She never married.
Correct answer, William of Orange.
After the Act of Union, Scotland was no longer an independent country. In what ways was it still separate from the rest of Great Britain? All of the above. It kept its own legal system. It kept its own educational system. It kept its own Presbyterian church.
Correct answer, all of the above.
Which of these statements is correct? After the Black Death, there were labor shortages and peasants began to demand higher wages. The Black Death destroyed cereal crops, leading to a famine that killed many peasants.
Correct answer, after the Black Death, there were labor shortages and peasants began to demand higher wages.
After his campaign in Ireland and his defeat of Charles II, Oliver Cromwell was given what title? Lord Protector, Chieftain, King, Lord Lieutenant.
Correct answer, Lord Protector.
Where did Florence Nightingale establish the Nightingale School for Nurses in 1860? Prince Philip Hospital, Llanelli. St Thomas Hospital, London. St James's University Hospital, Leeds. Adam Brooks Hospital, Cambridge.
Correct answer, St Thomas Hospital, London.
Thank you for taking the test with me. I hope you've answered all the questions correctly, and if you've made any mistakes, don't worry. Practice makes perfect. Check out all my other tests, and keep practicing at least one test a day, and you shall be ready in no time.